Okay, so I came into Whitehorse yesterday, charged for a little while, about an hour at one charger, and then came stay the night here. I still need a lot more charge, so there is another charger in town going to go find at the Yukon Government Legislature building. So that's where I'm headed now, 1 mile away. Let's go. Lots of road construction out here, but I found this other charger, Leviton. Let's see how well this one works. This is a lot slower than the one at the Transportation Museum, but this is closer to being in town, so I'll charge here a little bit, go get something to eat, and then I will end up going to the other charger. Charging. There it is, Burnt Toast Cafe. They have a rainbow colored crosswalk, and I heard this created some controversy when it was put in. Okay. This is the, what, the oldest? What is it again?
Okay, so Martin Berrigan built the log skyscrapers because of a housing shortage just after the Second World War. Military and construction workers and laborers didn't have a place to live when they were here to build the highway, Alaska Highway and the Canal Pipeline. So he starts building cabins and going like this with them so that more people can fit in the 15 by 15 foot square. Yeah, so he built them by himself and used a pulley system, but he got all the logs from the river with his horse.
Wow.
So it's quite amazing. Same with the one in the back.
There's one in back. Oh, I see. I can go around this way. So both these were built at the same time?
Yep.
Is that leaning a little bit?
Seems like it, eh?
Yeah. This is an excellent charger for second level charging at the Transportation Museum. The only problem is nothing around. It's a minimum walk of 1 mile to get into town. I'll probably charge a little bit now, go do something else, and then come back, charge later. Let's look at this. What is it? The little engine that did. Wow, 12 tons. That little thing is heavy. It's only small. Look. Turn the handle. I guess this is powered by human cranking. So light turns red. Does red mean ready?
Welcome to the Yukon Transportation Museum.
Oh.
Please turn the dial and select a button. Keep turning it until your selection has been.
I hope you can learn more about it. And in the meantime, it's also very beautiful. And I hope you enjoy your time on it.
Oh my gosh. Asbestos. Look at that thing. There's a bubble. It's hard to see. There's a clear bubble on top, I guess. You can look up out of there. Those tires are huge. Triog T80. United States Army Transportation Corps. So for perspective on those wheels, it's hard to see, but yeah, I go there. That gives you an idea how big those are. Huge. This was for some sort of cargo. Hey everyone, so I'm in Whitehorse and we're at a Tim Hortons having some classic Canadian Tim Hortons.
We have to promote our
right, which is now in the US in several locations. But hey, I'm here with Pierce and we're going to talk about electric vehicles a little bit and what's going on up here in the north.
Hey folks.
What's been your experience with a typical attitudes up here?
Well, I think the first reaction that I would get if I would talk about electric vehicles in general when I came up here in 2013 is they don't work up here. It was just ignorance. They said, oh, there's no way it can work in the cold. They don't work in the cold.
Right.
It would never work up here. So in 2013 when I brought the first electric car to Whitehorse and people started seeing it and it worked in the extreme cold and I was having a reduction in range, but it was still meeting the needs that I had in terms of range. And it would just turn on when many cars wouldn't start. So it's like an on-off switch.
Exactly.
You flip it, it's on. There's
Battery, electric motor.
Absolutely. It gets so cold up here at times that your belts will actually get so hard that they'll snap. Your fluids will get so thick, the viscosity so thick that the engines won't turn over.
Right.
Batteries will be that impaired that the car won't turn over. So just generally speaking, combustion engine cars are far less likely to start in the extreme cold as an electric car.
More things to go wrong.
Absolutely. Cars, I kind of proved the naysayers wrong.
Right. So right now we're at the beginning of a transition, maybe a little bit before the beginning of this transition, but within, I would say, 5 years, we're going to see a lot of electric cars here in Whitehorse. So
absolutely,
let this video be a reminder of where we were back in
Yes.
2019. So in
And then when
2023,
Wade's back
we'll
5
check
years
it out.
later, it's gonna be a completely different landscape. That's what I'm hoping. That's what quite a few of us here in Yukon are hoping. Those of us that own electric vehicles and know that they work and know what's coming. That's what we want to see: wide adoption, all through the Yukon, promoting ecotourism. Most of our energy is and clean, sustainable. It comes 98% of it comes from hydroelectric. Just makes sense to have electric vehicles up here.
Things I think that needs to happen. One is education, so people know.
Yeah.
And if they look at Norway as an example for cold climate, because there's people who live above the Arctic Circle in Norway with Teslas year round.
Absolutely.
So education, and then the charging network. People
that has
are
to.
afraid to travel unless there's chargers in place. It's like taking off your gasoline car.
Yeah.
And there's no gas stations down the road.
Yeah.
So think about this. When we transitioned from the horse to the car, imagine how people thought back then. Okay, this horse, I can go forever.
Yeah.
I can go across the country on my horse.
Yeah.
I just got to feed the horse, water it, get it rest. We can go across the country.
Yeah.
Here's this gasoline car.
Right.
How far can I go?
Yeah.
I can go farther than walking, but I'm
It was
limited.
unimaginable that would take over.
And it took over. And I think we're at that same transition, horse to car as gasoline car to
Absolutely.
electric
Great
car.
comparison. And I think
Throughout the U.S. and everywhere, there's a certain element of people who drive their big four-wheel drive trucks, big diesels. They're proud of it. They want as loud as possible, and they do what's called coal rolling. I actually,
you can see that here.
I saw somebody coal rolling today here in Whitehorse. Believe it or not, I thought it was just a U.S. thing, but they're rolling coal.
No, we got lots of rednecks here too.
So
I think that's going to change. When people start seeing, electric pickup trucks like the new Tesla or the Rivian, or some of these other, or the Ford F-150 when it comes out in its electric variant, I think people are going to change their minds. Because they're going to see the performance difference. It's going to be difference between night and day. The torque, the hauling capability, the acceleration and performance. It's going to make diesels, these big lifted, pollution belching diesels, just look silly in comparison. So I think when they start seeing that, I think they'll be converts.
rainbow. Not raining there. Look at all that rain right there.
That's like 50 meters away.
And now right here,
No rain.
sunshine, rainbow, no rain. We're at the edge of the rain.
We're right on the
There's a rainbow over Whitehorse, Yukon territory. You can see the other one, double rainbow.